Hello, good afternoon and good morning to you all, wherever you are joining me this afternoon. We are welcome to the 14th edition of Investdata Trading Academy with Ambrose. As usual, we need to tell you the state of the market before we go to look at the chart. I will tell you that the market for the last 2 weeks have been on a kind of a silent or a quiet mode, waiting for a trigger. And not only that, for these past 2 weeks, market has been side trending, losing marginally, gaining marginally to form a mistrend for these past 2 weeks. Yesterday, the market fee day now, we're just starting. We expect that as the afternoon traders comes to the market this hour, the market close, we'll see some changes. But the good thing is that market is framing up, gradually. That tells you that the market today might be better than what we saw yesterday. But the thing that should guide you and also should kind of give you comfort that you should not panic in this market. As I always say that if you want to be a day trader, if you want to be a weekly trader, or you want to be an investor, you have different goals in the market, but you need tools to always guide you. And these tools, there are very few that you need. A lot of have many indicators in the market, indicators to use when you're analyzing. But there are few things that should guide you, especially one. I always say that you must put your stop loss in place, take away emotion, study the price action or index action to know their direction. Because when the market is volatile as we're experiencing, you need to stay on top of your game by what knowing where the market is going. And also, you don't forget that as also we are entering almost the peak of the earning season because we have earlier seen the unaudited account for this no financial year ended 2021. For those that are unaudited, we have seen them, but the few ones that have released the audited account that have come with kind of a corporate action, we have seen improvement in their numbers and also in their payout. I will tell you the four companies that have really result in this period. They've all grown their payout to their investors, telling investors that, oh, thanks for having confidence. And also, like I said earlier in one of my programs, that if you go and check post pandemic result or shift we're experiencing, the companies on the Nigeria Stock Exchange or Nigeria economy, despite the economy is still recovering and struggling, most of the companies on the exchange have posted no impressive number to give you sign that these companies are well run, and also kudos to the managers or the corporate managers of our company here in Nigeria. Where market remain in this sideways movement, you can see the way it's going. As market is trending that direction, it tells you that market is waiting for something. And what is that? It's just a trigger. And also, don't forget that yesterday, as at midnight yesterday, crude oil price has crossed $100. As at yesterday, as we speak now, it's around 101.43 dollar as we speak. It tells you that that's also another like a kind of fundamental news or sentiment that will drive some energy stocks. But what you need to do here is that you know that this factor that is driving the crude oil price are temporary because there's a lot of geopolitical tension in some from the countries, especially Russia and Ukraine. You know that already. That means anything we are doing in that kind of sectors, this kind of sector that are talking of Steplat, Owando, and other oil companies that in that sector, those that are involved in crude business direct in Nigeria here are these two companies. And if we are seeing that the prices are going up, it tells you that the performance of this company, because their price, even though they are selling the quantity they are selling before, because price of those what they are selling has gone up, it's going to be like a plus. The margin also will impact on their performance at the end of the day. That is why, even though in tech analysis, we say we don't consider every other thing outside the chart. But I'll tell you, it's this thing that will shape the chart. That means if you know how to combine these two things that shape the chart, it's going to go a long way to help you. Like I always ask people that if you are an analyst, you are in chart, and you see a company that is growing their earnings with 40% every quarter, and because you're a chartist and you see another company that is not that is even posting negative, in that same period, you naturally, if your chart will tell you that yes, you need to go for those that are posting 40% growth quarterly in their performance. You won't say because yes, you're a chartist, you don't look at chart, you don't look at the fundamental news because they are already in the chart, in the candlestick. You still want to know what is happening, and that is why I said earlier that you must combine your fundamental and your technicals. But technicals take away emotion because everything that's happening is summarized. But you, as an analyst or a trader or investor, something also to guide you. Like I just said, if a company is having impressive earnings, another one is posting numbers that are not are already in loss, you know what it is. That means you will go for those companies that are posting positive earnings with your chart because it's going to make your chart even more attractive and give you more direction. That is why there's always how you can bring fundamental, sentiment, everything, even when your chart is also telling you what to do. That is why you must know how to combine your tools, especially these two step of analysis, fundamental and technical. You need to have to marry the two effectively to stay on top of your game. That is how to trade effectively. Like I said earlier, I'll still repeat that in any market that is volatile as we're experiencing, your stop loss is key. Stop loss is key. Then your what? Your price action to know where it's going. And with that stop loss, you will always know. Then you can also bring in your support and resistance level because you want to buy. Now that we're seeing that the market is start trending, it has formed like a form of a flat movement. But that flat movement is that this index has refused to break out 300, 47,300 or to go below 47,000. It touched as low as 47,000, 47,011 point before it jumped up again, it rebounded again. But that is that the market is not allowing anything to go on because there are still some activity that is going on. But if, as we speak, because if you look at the indicators on the market as we speak now, looking at general indicators, you see that they are missed. Some of them are already looking down, some are still flat, just to confirm the next direction. That means you don't need to panic at this point, but rather you take what? The right investment decision. As we speak now, I want to go back to the state of the market. As at this hour, as we speak, the offshore index is marginally up, in about 0.03. For me, it's okay because this early for the midday trading. We expect that before afternoon. That is what we're doing. But I'll tell you the top trade in terms of volume. Now I'll tell you that Fidelity is topping the chart for volume this hour, followed by Transcorp, Multiverse, then Codv and Access. These are the five strong stock that you can see volume in them as we speak now. You know the importance of volume when you are investing. Then also look at the top gainers at this hour. Before we start the class, we have about 11 top gainers, and then but 11 gainers, but the top ones are Len Africa, Arotubisco, Niger Insurance, Codv at the same time, and no Codv and Custodian and the Custodian Alliance. I think these are the ones that are on the top. Then at the losers chart, the top ones as we speak now are Royal Exchange Assurance. You know this company, PS, which is a consolidated hallmark insurance. Then Nigeria Union Bank with a UBN, UCAP, and also Uma Bank. These are the ones at the top losers to speak now. But if you see what is happening in stock like either Union Bank and the UCAP, you'll be worried, or even Uma Bank. You know that these activities of profit takers. But why those match accounts that don't release the result of recently, you can see that because there's improvement in their results, especially at third quarter, we're seeing that the kind of demand for stock like academic press, university press, and also Learn Africa. And Learn Africa, they release, kind of information that they are likely to do right issue, and also they have plans for merger or the acquiring. If you look at what they release to the market, that will be the factor that I move. But at this point, you as a trader and investor, what will you do with all this stuff? Yes, we want to quickly go to our chart now to see what is happening in the market as we speak. That is very, very important. You know that I will not go anywhere without looking at this chart to know exactly what is happening right now in the market. This is a day chart, but I want to quickly take it back to an hour chart. Let's see exactly what has happened the last 1 hour or 45 minutes to know exactly. If you look at the market in 1 hour time chart, you can see that the 1 hour chart market is really flat. But for you to conclude where the market is going, it's time for us to call up our T line. Our T line, this T line, I told you this T line of 8 moving average exponential. Bring it up to tell you exactly, because this is what you should use at all time to know where the market is. Is the market above the T line? If the market is above the line, that is comfort zone for you. You don't need to panic. But once the market breaks down the T line, down, it's a sign for you to know that start preparing either to jump out or automatically you look away from the market. Why? Because this is what's called live market, and we are trading. There is no emotion. That is why this technical analysis is there to guide you. Once your market beat the T line down, lower, you need to. But when the next action or the price action is above your T line, then use other indicator to confirm what is happening. Once that is done, I'm telling you, you are good to go. Quick one, we are bringing the T line and our usual under indicators to know what is happening in the market. We're going to add our Bollinger Band today to see, because we see that the market is still, the momentum in the market is still not too strong. But with your Bollinger line, you should know the next step or the next direction the market is going. Then we'll now bring our T line, our MACD, and money flow to give us a direction of what to do at this hour. This is very, very key. And as investor, you need to also make sure that you follow it effectively. Once it's done, you are good to go. Let's quickly call them up and look at our chart together wherever you are so that we can know the position where we are, and that position asks us or will tell us whether we should hold all we are doing or we should start running in the market. I know we will not run, we will hold to see, because we see that there are some fundamental news that are coming. Yeah, that is why you can see that the market is trending, but the market also is trying to feed on something to move up in the direction. You panic, or rather we take advantage of what we are seeing in the market now. All we just need to do is just to exercise what? Patience. Just to exercise what? Patience. Just to exercise patience. You can see for yourself now that on hourly chart, you can see that, look at this Bollinger band here. Going through here, there's activities here. But let's come back to a day chart as the market is for today. Let's come back to the chart. Yes, you can see your day chart how it's looking now. Again, you see they're different, but you can see here too that the momentum is still at the 20 days moving average standard in the Bollinger band. You can see that the market is above it. And also, if you look at the T line is the index action is above the T line. You can see whenever it touches it, it bounces back, it touches the band. That is the confidence I have. That is consoling. Then I have that the market is still above the T line. Once I see the market below the T line, I will tell you I will go the first one to raise alarm that we should set. And that is why you see in Investdata, we don't take chances. Once we hit our profit target, we say sell, because the market will not remain in that direction forever. For that, you take advantage of price movement. Remember, I said yesterday that in any investment you are doing, when there's an up market, you sell into an up market and buy into a down market. It's as simple as that. Now that we're seeing stock that have rallied recently, you can see wise and smart investors are taking profit already because they know that it will remain in that momentum. When it comes again, they buy again. That's why you need to. I remember I said in this class that stock like NGS group that rally as high as 128, pull back to around 24. Then if that stock can give us a good trendy movement 24 to 28 or 20 to 24, 25, you can trade that stock in and out. But for me, at that kind of stock at this price, without even when they are not listed before, I don't know the history of their history, the history of their dividend payout. But don't forget that every investment has factors that drive or that drive that support their price. How their dividend policy will not know because it's newly listed. For them to pay a dividend of either 2 naira or 2 naira 80 to support their new price, or 2 naira 40 to say can push up. And for me, just if you are there for just to trade, fine. Let's watch and see forming a trend. Once you form that trend, we are good to go. But if you look at this NSC now, the Ocean Index, you can see that it's flat already. Then come here and see that even your money flow index is still coming down. It's reading around 50.6. Fine. But I told you that once it's above 50, you are good. You are still on the comfort zone. But once you break down the 50 lower, it's become a source of concern. That is why we are still watching. But if you look at your MACD here, you can see this histogram like last time I presented. You can see there's something after a long one here. It started lowering and started getting shorter. Let's see how it goes. But you can see there's a white between the red line and the blue line. And whenever the blue line cross the red from up, it's a sign that yes, there's a change what in divergence. That's a divergence that will tell you that you should keep watching your indicators to know exactly what is happening. And that will help us a long way as we speak. That will help us in a long way to take informed decision. But quick one, we want to look at this top stocks in volume, and also those that are also seen at the top gainers, to see whether we should hold the position or we're going to wait. Let's see, so that at the end it's going to guide us on what to do. That is why we need to quickly go to the live chart of one Fidelity again. Because Fidelity will say that it's trying to resist decline even when profit taking activity hit the stock 2 days or 3 days ago. Still it's maintaining, also trading above 3 naira. So that that's what is going in for Fidelity. We want to quickly look at Fidelity chart now and see what is going for Fidelity in terms of our chart. Once you get it right, it's good for us to know what we are doing. It's good. And also you can see that today can see that the healthcare stocks are slowing down in their movement. They are not among the top ones we are seeing today. But I know that this market is still in the afternoon, midday. Let's see what happens between now and the close of the day. But I believe we want to see the position of Fidelity now, and that of um, transport. Once we get it right, it will go a long way for us to know what to do in the market, especially if you are in these stocks that I'm mentioning. Fidelity is a stock that have shown strength in terms of consistent dividend. Not only that, their numbers has remained up to be a leader in that second tier bank. For me, it's a good one for those that are in Fidelity, and the bank has been stable and consistent in their payout. That's also working for them. That's why I said it earlier. Even though when we are using your technical analysis, chart tells you everything, you can't see a company that is posting positive number, you now ignore it and go for those ones. Yes, there must be momentum here and there, but once you are trading, there are also other factors that also guide you when you are taking your investment decision. Yes, we are calling up Fidelity again this afternoon. Yes, look at Fidelity. We are going to change it to candlesticks for easy analysis. You see this one day. Let me take it to an hour chart again. That will also give us a good position. An hour ago, you can see that this stock has touched as high as what 310 before coming down to 307. For me, it's good. And don't forget that like 2 days ago, it hit almost like 3 naira 15 kobo. Then forwards, you can see that there's a movement in this chart that will give you a sign that this stock has a momentum. And if you come down here and look at the volume we are seeing here, see the stock, even this small volume, is trading above its what average traded volume. It tells you that things are happening in the stock, people are accumulating. Because if you look at the earnings of the company, if with the strength of the earnings, nothing less than 35 kobo or 40 kobo can come. But CBN has to take the final decision. But all these are what you look at to know exactly what is happening. Let's go back to the daily chart to see what is happening on a daily chart. Fine, you can see a straight and smooth uptrend in this stock, which I showed you last time. That if you take it from here, you can see where it touches here. Either you take it from here, the one you want to use, or from down here, anywhere you take it like that. This stock has been in up direction. For me, sorry, let me bring the trend line. For me, it's a good one. Okay, it's there already. Then you can also take another trend line from here, also up. You will see that this stock has formed a good uptrend, and this I'm telling you, this is a bullish, channel. This bullish channel tells that this stock has potential to even to rally more, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm seeing a good potential in the stock already that is going somewhere. You can see this channel already where the stock is going. But quick one, you know that I will not conclude anything about this stock without calling up the necessary indicators that give us position. First of all, why we are using polygon band at this point, to know, you can see that the action in Fidelity is very, very, activity is there already. You can see how the momentum in that stock is still strong. You can see the wide of the Bollinger after having a kind of, if you look at this point, it was kind of slowing down here before it break out. Once it break out the middle line here, you can see it remain nearly top of the below the top line. We call it the upper Bollinger line, so that we look at them, and before we go to transport and access, we want to know access, what is happening in access. And access is going up and down recently, waiting for also a trigger in terms of number and others. That is why I told you earlier that you don't need to panic in this market. If you are using all this to watch the market on daily basis, if others are panicking, you that are in this class every day should not panic, because you are being guided. At the same time, you are seeing those indicators, those things that guide you to know exactly. Like I say, the era of using fundamental alone has gone. You need to combine the two to make informed investment decision. If you look at this chart that you are seeing now, this is a polygon line, but the red line I told you earlier is the 20 days moving. Why the blue line? It makes things easier for you. The blue line is exponential kind of exponential moving average. For me, is one that quick to tell you what is happening, quicker than even the 20 days moving average. You can see that if you look at this Fidelity, whenever it crosses down the T line, so it's already a sell. But whenever it remain up and remain up, you can see all this while here, you can see that it's making higher high. You can see that even here it's far from the T line. When you see the T line, the index action or price action far from the T line, tells you that that momentum, that trend is very, very strong. You can actually see it here that they are not resting on it. You can see that it's trading far above it. Even here, that this at this 1 hour chart now, you can see that Fidelity has kind of after touching as high as 310 this morning, it's doing a 307 again. You can see what is happening in Fidelity, but you can see the yesterday I showed you, can see it again. You can see that this thing is up already, also moving up. But the thing that you also look at is that with the Plato pullback it had, see the money flow has turned up again to remain around the money flow as we speak now around 91.42 for me is high, and that is good. And looking up for that matter, tells you that funds are entering this stock to support the price. Quick one, we have to look at Transcorp well as fast, then we'll look at the two other ones before our time is spent. So let's look at another one, quick one, before our time is up. Let's quickly look at Transcorp, because I know Transcorp is in a utility industry that would know that because of the nature of their service, you will need more of that, and for that, let's see how it's going to play out in Transcorp, how this thing will also turn around the Transcorp activity. Let's see how it's going to turn activities in this. That will go a long way. Transnational corporation. Those quick one, as it comes up now, you can see that there's little pullback here, and today this afternoon the stock is just losing just a couple. For me, that is not enough for you to panic. But if you're in this stock, hold on. Let's go ahead and look at the state of the stock, looking at the chart and everything that concerns the stock now. That will help us to know exactly what is happening in this stock. But for me, there is no cause for alarm at all. But rather, we need just to watch watch the trend now and see for ourselves using our indicators to know exactly if we should hold Transcorp or should jump in with all our fund now in the stock. But for me, for those that are thinking short and medium, you can do Transcorp. You can do Transcorp because I see potential in that stock. Now that it has touched 25 naira, I see that it can still go higher if the number beat expectation, especially in terms of reward. You can see the result that have come so far. Most of these companies that have released, they've grown their their payout. That is the force behind their price. You see that MTN have refused to go below that, but despite they've listed their shares or they've allotted it and people are selling, see the stock refuse to move lower than that price. It is tells you that the payout, people are looking at that dividend of 8 naira 57 kobo. Then also you can see what happened in Vitafoam. Vitafoam and Markdown, that's where the price is stable. People are waiting forward to see their next scorecard. For me, all you just need to just start patient to see what is happening, what's going to happen in Transcorp. Transcorp, okay, live charts, you can see it here. Very simple and easy chart for you to know that this stock is heading somewhere. For this morning, I thought as also 25, almost more than 25 this morning. Looking at the 1 day chart, but let me look at an hour chart. Let's see what happened. Yeah, okay. That's thought no, in the last 1 hour, that thought 2 naira, 1 naira 25 kobo before. But if you look at this chart now, you can see that this stock is trying to consolidate, forming a consolidation around this border between this place and this. Once there's a breakout, I'm telling you, this stock might likely even touch 40 or 42 kobo before it can slow down, depending on what the company will come out with at the end of the day. Quick one, want to go back to 1 day chart and also call out our normal indicators to let us know the position of the stock. Don't forget that these indicators are confirming what is happening. You can see that there is kind of volume in this stock, momentum in Transcorp. The Bollinger have revealed that to you. And you can see the movement where the Bollinger is. I can see that the price of Transcorp is even at the top of what the Bollinger line. It tells you that people are really looking at stock, expecting that this time better number or better payout will come. Because if you look at what is happening in the group or the related sister companies, they say that something what the number hit the market, and that is how a smart can know the difference between the moving average in the 20 days moving average in the Bollinger Band, and the T line. The T line remains the blue line that you are seeing in the chart. You can see that Transcorp, you can see even when trying to pull back here, sell up, the price action of Transcorp is far also above the T line compared where it is around here. You can tell that there is still strength for Transcorp. You can see that Transcorp is bullish already. Funds are entering Transcorp. You can see how is the money flow that is showing you. This is looking up seriously around 74, 77.83. For me, it's a good one. I told you earlier that whenever you see money flow index above 50 points, but when it's coming down, if you have to matter, but when it's going up, it break out that 50 point, then the funds are really entering. But for me, I can see that funds is still entering Transcorp at this point. You can see Transcorp is already looking up. The pullback here is just market no sentiment or market profit taking little, but that will not panic you in Transcorp. If you are there, don't shake that, will not shake you out. Just hold your position. For the top gainers, they remain for now still remain Learn Africa, but time to start Learn Africa is not there because our time is fast spent. On this point, we call it a day. But I look forward to see you tomorrow, and that tomorrow we're also going to look at what is happening. We're going to look at the top losers and also the gainers so that we know exactly where we should be. And those stocks also that we are seeing the activities, either in terms of volume, in terms of Ds, we also want to consider them tomorrow so that we can do more of charting than the talk, so that you can look at exactly what is happening in the market by tomorrow by God grace. Thank you all and God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your trading days. See you tomorrow by God grace. Also, if you have questions, I've said earlier, you are free to call or send it to our social media, even on the WhatsApp group. Feel free to ask your question, but if you want to keep it for till Saturday afternoon for question and answer section, you are very free. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.